Ashe and grand rising, a grand day to you all once again, my fellow humans. May I say welcome to this very quickly put together episode that I titled episode 14.1. I call it an emergency video. Episode 14.1 in the series of Another Perspective on Healthy Living with your Senior Lifestyle Advisor Plus. Yes, I, the Mystic Philosopher. And this emergency video or this emergency presentation is subtitled Beware of In Your Face or In Our Face Cannibalism. I hear that again. Beware of In Your Face Cannibalism. So let me tell you how this episode and this title came about. Shortly after I finished and uploaded episode 14, and as customary prepared episode 15, two of my highly intelligent and analytical thinking watchers and listeners sent me a 7 minutes video that I considered to be very troubling and disturbing. However, to I, the Mystic Philosopher, I don't consider it surprising. It's not surprising. And one of my listeners asked me what I thought about it, and the other one asked that I please do a video and share some of my perspective on it. I would love to show you the video here, but unfortunately, due to copyright and other technical issues, I am not able to share it with you here. However, the title of the video is Greg Wallace, the British Miracle Meat. And the trailer, along with many aspects and scenes from that video, it can be found on YouTube and elsewhere online. So just Google it and you will find it if you haven't yet seen it, because it's circling all around. So if any of you that might be watching and listening to this, my commentary and perspective, haven't yet seen this video that I'm talking about, I ask that you please go and search for it and watch it. Watch it for yourself. And hopefully you too might get a better understanding and overstanding of my perspective and my disgust with it. Now, for your information, in preparation for my commentary on this video, again titled Greg Wallace, the British Miracle Meat, I went and I did a quick search right here online to see what more I could find out about it. And above all, what more I could find out about the presenter, about the star, about what I perceive to be the evil genius behind it. Of course, Greg Wallace. And this is some of what I have found. And one of the first things that I discovered, or should I say, I found written on the BBC.com website under the title The Hoax Documentary about human flesh eating that shocked the UK, is that according to the author of this article, an article that is no doubt endorsed by the BBC.com website, is that it was a hoax and one that is meant purely for satire, for laughter, for joke, something like that. Quote, and I quote, I'm quoting from the BBC website now. Early this week, Greg Wallace, the British Miracle Meat, about gruesome. So let me repeat that. Early this week, Greg Wallace, the British Miracle Meat, about a gruesome new food development caused a stir. But it was the latest satire masquerading as reality, writes Neil Armstrong, unquote. That's too big of a bill for me to swallow. The second thing that I discovered is this. According to Wikipedia, And I quote this thing about this guy, Greg Wallace. According to Wikipedia, and I quote, Greg Alan Wallace, MBE, and for your information, the abbreviation MBE stands for the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. Please pay very close attention to this. What do you call it? This attribute, or this the right word right there. But you know what I'm talking about. Pay very close attention to this. Right? His credentials. The Most Excellent Order. MBE stands for the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. Born 17 October 1964, is an English broadcaster, entrepreneur, media personality, writer, and former greengrocer. He is known for co-presenting MasterChef, Celebrity MasterChef, and MasterChef The Professionals, alongside celebrity chefs like John Tord on BBC One and BBC Two. He has jokingly referred to himself as just the fat, bald bloke on MasterChef who likes pudding. He has written regularly for Good Food Now and Olive magazines. Unquote. I ask that you please look that up for yourself and please pay attention to this very quote. Even if you listen to it, because you see the relevance of me mentioning it here. Remember, this is not my language, so please don't criticize me too much. Bear with me. I ask that you please pay very close attention to the fact that according to this Wikipedia write-up on this fellow, this man is no ordinary guy. This is not a guy that is out looking for fame and possible even fortune. This guy is no ordinary prankster that is just trying to be creative in making some shock content to post on social media websites, etc. This is a rural, renowned, and well-established celebrity. This man is evidently a qualified, if not, is evidently a qualified spokesperson or a spokesman for the system. Now, with these, among other facts in mind, here are a few simple questions that I would ask that you please ask and answer yourself, my dear viewers and listeners. Number one, what kind of mind and mindset that would create such a gruesome, inconsiderate, immoral, and cannibalistic so-called hoax and satire video like that? What kind of mind? Number two, what kind of TV station or television channel that would transmit, cast, and broadcast such gruesome, inconsiderate, immoral, and cannibalistic so-called hoax and satire content like that to their innocent, trusting, and unsuspecting viewers? What kind of TV station would do that? Number three, what are the true intentions and motives behind this video? Number four, is it at all possible that there is or that there might be truth, or at the very least that there might be some truths that are being exposed by the creator, by the producer and presenter of this video? In other words, is it possible that this video is telling us something that we need to know? Or is it possible that it is meant to prepare us for the reality of that which is to come? Number five, are they employing some form of psychological warfare techniques to shock us, thereby hypnotize us, thereby desensitize us to what is already their reality? Now here's what I think my late mom, who is now a most honorable ancestor, Here's what I think she would say about this video. He said, to hide the truth is to put it in plain sight. Where there is smoke, there is always fire. Or you never see smoke without fire. He said, you should take sleep and mark death. And finally, they are only mudding the water. Unquote. Now, what do I, the mystic philosopher, honestly think about this video? I honestly think that I know that this is no joke video. This is not a joke video, nor is the subject something to joke about, or the message in this video to something to joke about or to take lightly. From I, the mystic philosopher's perspective, regardless of all the now claims about it being hoax or being a hoax and a satire or meant for hoax and satire, etc., this video can be best described as the mental initiation, the mental programming, and the glorification of human cannibals. By who? Bad mind people. Bad mind people equal what? Sinners, aka by sinful people, which is also equal to evil people, as described in all my previous episodes. And it is the promotion of human cannibalism in action right before our very eyes. Joke? It is a blatant, in our face promotion of human cannibalism in action. And please note, not cannibals, but human cannibals. And it also proves what I, the mystic philosopher, have been talking about in all my previous presentations titled Another Perspective on Healthy Living. It both proves and is proving the dangers of bad mind. Equal bad mind, also known as what? Sin. And how bad mind, which is known as equal to sin, can, and how bad mind will and has caused human to be, to becoming, and to become crazy, to become mad, to become mentally crazy, mentally ill. Bad mind equals sin can, will, and has caused human to develop and to be developing and disintegrating to levels of existence that are far, far, far below that of the lowliest, or the lowly, or the lowliest, or the most lowly animals and beasts in the fields. Just think of it. Just think of any animals, my people. Just think of any animal, and you will see how low bad mind has and how low bad mind is taking some among us. These two, those of us that are still sane, meaning those of us that are the natural native earthly humans, yes, those of us that are the earth's organic humans of sound mind, is beyond insanity. I can remember when, not too long ago, to be called a cannibal, or to call or suggest that someone is a cannibal, or to run jokes like this, is or was to call someone was a dangerous thing to do. Or even to express the idea of cannibalism. You could end up in court, you could be sued. You could lose your life, call somebody a cannibal. Right? Cannibalism was to express this, to use this as an adjective in any way to describe people. Just not too long ago. Was so gross that you would be the scorn and reject of the society, or be scorned and rejected by society if somebody call you that and label you that, or etc. You know what I'm talking about, people. Help me out here. From my perspective, you know that humanity and its society are mad, self-destructive, and at the point of no return, when its governments and its so-called brightest and most educated minds, aka its scientists and journalists, etc., are directly and indirectly, covertly and overtly sampling, legalizing, encouraging and promoting cannibalism. And not just spiritual cannibalism, which is another topic for another time, but literal cannibalism. The literal and practical eating and digesting of human flesh. This is no joke. Don't take it for a joke. Unless you're stupid. Unless they really have you down that bad. So who is a cannibal? Some of you may be asking. And what is cannibalism? This again you might be asking. Well, the last time I checked, and as you know, this is not my language, so I always have to go to their dictionary. The last time I checked the English dictionaries, the English word cannibal is defined as, and I quote, a person who eats the flesh of another human being, or eat the flesh of other human beings. And by extension, the word cannibalism is also defined as the practice of eating the flesh of one's own species. Unquote. And according to Wikipedia, cannibalism is both described and defined as, and again I quote, cannibalism is the act of consuming another individual of the same species as food. Cannibalism is a common ecological interaction in the animal kingdom and has been recorded in more than 1,500 species. Human cannibalism is well documented both in ancient and in recent times. The rate of cannibalism increases in nutrition. Rather, the rate of cannibalism increases in nutritionally poor environments as individuals can turn to members of their own species as an additional food source. Cannibalism regulates population numbers, whereby resources such as food, shelter, and territory become more readily available with the decease of potential competition. Although it may benefit the individual, it has been shown that the presence of cannibalism decreases the expected survival rate of the whole population and increases the risk of consuming a relative and increases the risk of consuming a relative. Other negative effects may include the increased risk of pathogen transmission as the encounter rate of host increases. Cannibalism, however, does not, as once believed, occur only as a result of extreme food shortage or the artificial or unnatural conditions, but may also occur under natural conditions in a variety of species. Unquote. So, some of you might remember in at least one of my previous episodes where I told you that bad mind is a top-down thing and not a bottom-up thing. That bad mind begin at the top of society and with those that are at the head. Well, from my perspective, I can clearly see bad mind actively at work here in and from an evil agenda. And that evil agenda, from my perspective, is to get rid of most of us, aka population reduction, by any and by all means necessary. Remember, Satan around things and his people and his hand pick, mind pick, brain pick, and race pick people around things here. Demons around things here. Them have them agenda. Don't take things for lightly. Again, I quote from the same article I just read from Wikipedia. Cannibalism regulates population members whereby resources such as food, shelter, and territory become more readily available with the decrease of potential competition. Unquote. But again, my dear beloved people, I know I run out of time, and sorry if I take up too much of the time. I've run out of time for this segment, and for most of you, my awakened, enlightened, and analytically minded watchers and listeners, the video says it all. This video says it all and thus need no further explanation. So please join me in part 15, where and when I will continue with more of my thought-provoking perspectives on what I perceive to be an abundant life and living a life of abundance, while proving these points and showing and telling you where and how you may know and how you too can know a bad-minded person or a bad-mind person or aka a sick person, and how we may heal and protect ourselves from the curse of bad mind. I also ask that if you can, that you please support this series of short presentations titled Another Perspective on Healthy Living by simply purchasing your daily supply of lignans from the Norwegian spruce tree, aka Fountain of Life. Purchase it from yours truly, I the Mystic Philosopher, by clicking on the links provided in the description area below this video. You may also purchase a digital copy of the song playing in the background called Have You Heard of Fountain of Life? Simply do so by clicking on the link of the same name. It's provided there as well. Your kind support will be greatly appreciated. In the meantime and between time, in your becoming my people, I will that you be more and not less, aka bless. I am the Mystic Philosopher. Ashe, 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 I say.